everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely day. Today is a slightly different video because I have been tagged to do the Get to Know Me Q&A tag thing here on YouTube. I was tagged by the absolutely beautiful Linda Reyes. If you have not checked out her channel yet, please do go over there, particularly if you're interested in fashion and how to put outfits together and match pieces up, because she is absolutely brilliant at that. So thank you, Linda, for the tag. So I've got the questions on my phone here in front of me, and they're not your typical just straightforward get to know me questions. They're a little bit different. So they're not just sort of, what's your name, how old are you, blah de blah de blah. But I have been thinking of doing a Q&A video at some point, answering questions that you guys want me to answer. And I did think about posting that out to my Instagram, and then I thought, well, it's going to be a bit embarrassing because I'm only a small channel. Like, if I don't get any questions, that's just going to be a bit embarrassing. So if you do have any questions that you want me to answer in a Q&A in the future, please do leave them in the comments, because then I'll know to come back to this video to find them, and then I will put together a Q&A and answer your questions if that's something you guys are interested in. If not, we'll just move on. So I've got the questions here, so I'm going to jump right in. So the first question is, do you like blue cheese? Now, I've never had blue cheese, so I can't really comment one way or the other. Just as a thought, it doesn't sound too appealing to me. Like, I'm probably not even sure it's something that I would try given the opportunity, and I'm pretty good at trying quite a lot of things. I won't say most things, but quite a lot of things. I will give them a try, and I don't think blue cheese is really one of them. Number 2 is favourite colour. Now, I always get told off for this one because I always say that I don't really have a favourite colour, but anything from black to white and all the shades of grey in between, I love. And everyone always says, Charlotte, you can't say that, they're not colours, they're tones or something. So I guess I would either say, at the moment, either gold or green, which is quite a new thing for me because sort of growing up, I'd always say either yellow or purple probably were my favourite colours, but I'm really going off bright colours that aren't really natural tones. So yeah, I'm going to say gold or green. Are you in a relationship? Yes, I am married. Let's do a bit of backstory then. So I met my now husband when we were both in school, and we started, if you want to say dating, we weren't really dating because, I don't know, I guess we're not cool enough for dating. We were sort of going out at the end of year 11 at school, so we were both 16. We got engaged when we were 20 and married when we were 25. We're both the same age, there's exactly 4 months between us. And we got married in a really, really tiny ceremony of 6 people, including us, not including the officiant, on a beach in Hawaii, which was absolutely incredible. It was easily the best thing I've ever done. It was such an incredible day. And as a person that struggles a little bit with anxiety, and I'm frequently ill, and flying is like a big issue for me, and jet lag is a big issue for me, and changes in climate are a big issue for me, I was absolutely relieved when it all went off without a hitch. I didn't cause any catastrophes, I didn't have any panic attacks or any illnesses or anything. I actually got through the day alright, because I'm a bit of a pain. Like, every time I go on holiday, like, there'll be something wrong with me at some point. So I was so thrilled that nothing bad happened, and it was absolutely incredible. Okay, I talked for so long, my phone timed out. Bear with. How old are you? Well, I'm 26, but at the time I'm filming this, it's the day before my birthday, but this will go out later. So I'm 27 tomorrow, but by the time you see this, I will be 27. Tattoo. Oh wait, I missed one. Are you a good friend? I am a good friend in the sense that I'm a very kind and, well, I consider myself to be a very kind and a very moral person. I will always put, not just my friends, but really anyone's best interests first. I would never be the sort of person that would do something to try to upset or hurt or anything bad towards another person. I'm generally built on kindness. It's one of my main principles. The only way I would say that I am not a particularly good friend is I'm a very busy person. So my work life takes up an awful lot of my time, and so I don't have very much free time. So when I'm making plans with friends, it usually has to be sort of a few weeks in advance for me to have that availability. But if it's just sort of a friend needs a chat on the phone in the evenings and I've got the free time, I'm always there to talk. I am very aware that my availability to actually meet up with people is very limited, and I do sometimes feel like I'm letting my friends down because my work can sometimes get in the way. Any tattoos? No, none. It's not something that's ever interested me, and it's not because I have a particular turn off from it. Sort of, I'm not worried about needles or the pain of getting it done or what it will look like in years to come. It's never been something to interest me, getting a tattoo. It's never even been on my radar. It's not something I sort of am interested in. Piercings. I've had my ears pierced twice, so both in the lobe, one slightly higher up than the other, but I never wear the top one, but because it was pierced with a gun, it kind of just hasn't healed. It's always still there. And then the bottom ones, I sometimes wear earrings, but not very often, and then no other piercings. Again, not something I'm interested in. I've never wanted any sort of facial piercing. That's not something I'm into. And no, never any other sort of body piercing. It's just doesn't interest me. Nicknames. So growing up, my friends used to call me Shaz, and then my gran caught onto that and she still calls me Shaz. As I was a bit older, more like teenager and sort of going into university age, everyone called me Shah. My husband calls me Charlie, but not because it's sort of a nickname I go by. We both sort of joke, so I have a nickname for him that isn't his actual name. It's kind of similar to his name, which actually came from my sister. And so because I started calling him that, he started calling me a name that's like my name but isn't my name, so that's why he calls me Charlie. My sister calls me Mouse because when I was 1, for my birthday, I got this little green mouse that you sit on and roll around on, and so she used to call me Mouse. In fact, I think she used to call me Charlie Mouse and then just Mouse, and to this day she still calls me Mouse. So I've had quite a few nicknames, most of which are still in circulation. Can you do 100 push-ups? I can't even do 1. I can do them when you cheat and do it on your knees, but I can't even do 1 push-up if I do them the proper way. Favourite hobby? So I love my art, I love painting. I'm not the best, and I'm even worse at drawing. Like, I'll draw something bad and usually rescue it by painting over it. I like making YouTube videos. Honestly, like, when I think about hobbies and I think about the other hobbies that people have, I automatically think of like sports they play or things they do sort of outside of the home. Quite honestly, I don't have a lot of free time to do that, and I feel like as the years have gone on, I've dropped hobbies that I used to have, and I don't actually have very many now. But YouTube is a big one now, so we'll take that. Do you believe in ghosts? No. So I have some level of belief in that there is some sort of life after death, like, but that's mainly because I can't get my head around the fact that when you die there is just nothing, and I think that's because we can't picture nothing. Like, if you try to picture nothing, maybe you picture darkness, but that's still something. I really struggle to get my head around the idea of there being just nothingness. So I do believe in some sort of element of life after death, but I don't believe in ghosts. Do you wear glasses? Yes. I sometimes wear contacts, but I can't wear mine for very long because they irritate my eyes and give me headaches, so I mainly wear glasses. I sometimes put my lenses in for filming or for work, but not all the time. Phobias. I'm not sure I have many full-blown phobias. Like, there are things I'm scared of, like I don't like spiders and I don't like moths, but I wouldn't be so terrified of them that I couldn't like deal with them if they were in my house, or that I wouldn't be able to move, or I'd have a panic attack. I have a particular fear, but again, I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a phobia because it doesn't affect my life enough, but I do have a fear of going blind. And that is something that's been with me ever since I was a child, and I don't know why. I didn't get glasses until I was 13, so it's not sort of, I don't think it stemmed from that. I feel like it was before then, but yeah, that's something that scares me quite a bit. But I would say something that is borderline phobia for me is germs. So I am not good with germs. I am not good if someone is sick, whatever kind of sickness that is, whether it's just a cold, flu, a bug, like I will try my best to stay away from someone who is sick. And if someone is sick in my, like vomits in my presence, it will take everything in my willpower to hold myself together and not sort of have a breakdown. Like, I'm talking about it right now and my hands are like sweaty and gross. Like, that is the closest thing I've got to a phobia, is I'm not good with germs. As I've got older, I'm not so terrified of myself vomiting like that. I think once you've done it enough times, like, you don't care anymore. If someone else is sick in front of me, that is enough to almost send me over the edge. So germs, people being sick, that is not good for me. Biggest downfall, I care too much about what the people closest to me think. So, and I say that like that because I am not so bothered what strangers think of me, or people that I'm not really bothered about their opinions. Sort of, if, I don't know, if someone laughed at me in the street and I don't even know them and they thought I was ridiculous, I wouldn't care. Like, I don't care what people think of me in that sense. I don't really care what people think of me in a physical, in an image sense, but I care about what the people closest to me think about the choices I made. For example, I was absolutely terrified of starting YouTube. I think I've mentioned it before. I had the intention of making a channel at the beginning of January last year. I filmed a whole bunch of videos, but I didn't upload them because I was worried what friends would think, what family would think. And even with this channel now, I think there are 6 people in my personal life that know about it, and that is all. Favourite candy? I think this is an American quiz based on the spelling of colour and favourite. So, favourite candy, does that include chocolate? Because to us, I see candy being like sweets, which is kind of different from chocolate. But candy overall, chocolate easily. I love chocolate. Cadbury's chocolate, Galaxy chocolate. I love a Kit Kat. Chocolate. I'm just going to go out there. Chocolate. Most variations of. Favourite food? You see, when people say favourite food, I think it has to be like proper food, like a meal, not necessarily like a snack or something sweet. I love ice cream. I love chocolate. I love biscuits. I love biscuits dunked in tea. I quite like pizza. I'm gonna stop because I sound like a greedy cow. Coke or Pepsi? That's easy. Diet Coke or Coke Zero. I always say that normal Coke to me tastes, no, let me get this right. So in my head, Diet Coke should be what Coke tastes like, and then Coke, proper Coke, tastes like what Coke should taste like with heaps of sugar chucked in. That made sense in my head. It probably didn't make sense to you, but normal Coke is far too sweet for me. So Diet Coke or Coke Zero. Rain or snow? Snow, as long as I haven't got to drive in it. I'm a big wuss when it comes to driving in the snow. Hot dog or cheeseburger? That's easy. Cheeseburger. What do you drink in the morning? Either a herbal tea or a nut milk or oat milk. French fries or onion rings? Easy French fries. Do you have kids? No, don't have any kids and don't have any immediate plans to have kids. Favourite season? Originally I think I'd have said autumn, but this spring has been really lovely, and so I'm going to switch my answer and say spring. I love it as it just starts to warm up. I love being able to take like a lighter jacket and not have to wear like a really heavy coat and worry about hats and scarves and gloves. Yeah, I think I like the spring. Can you sing? No. I love to sing. I drive my husband mad because I sing quite a lot. I sing in the car, I sing at home, and I know I'm bad. You know how some people can't hear that they're tone deaf and they sing and they think they sound good? I can hear how bad I am and I just can't seem to control it and make it go the right way. But I love to sing, I can't sing. Can you whistle? I can whistle in the sense of, but I can't whistle where you do the thing with your fingers. I can't do that. Where were you born? I was born in Leicester in the UK. Siblings. I have one older sister. She is 5 years older than me and she is amazing. Is all you need to know. Can you cook? I like to think so, sort of for an average human. Most of what I cook tastes pretty good. I'm always pretty like happy with what I cook, but it's not sort of like restaurant-esque. It's not like that good, but I don't sort of make a meal and think like, oh, I need to throw this in the bin, it's horrible. I don't think I've ever done that. Can you swim? Last time I checked, I could, but I've probably not been either in a pool or in the ocean that I'd be deep enough to swim since I was a teenager, probably like, I don't know, 16 maybe? So, I've no idea. Probably not anymore. Are you religious? Oh, this is a good question. So, am I religious in the sense, do I believe in God? No. However, I absolutely love the concept of religion. I love the idea of having such a strong belief system and something that you can have faith in and something that guides your life and keeps you safe. I love all of that, which is why I wish I could believe in God, but there is something in my head that just can't let me. I don't know what that is. I am fascinated by Christianity. I have read quite a few stories in the Bible just because it really fascinates me. I'm really interested by it. If ever there's sort of a biblical film on, I love to watch those. Yeah, I'm fascinated by the stories. I love the idea of believing in a God and having faith. I just personally don't. Shower or bath? Shower, only because this is going to make me sound gross. I see having a shower or having a bath as a chore. Anything that sort of takes up even more time in my day. I've already mentioned I don't have a lot of free time, particularly when I'm at work. With us being in lockdown, I have got a little bit more. But having to go for a shower, that just takes more time out of my day, and then I have to get my hair dry, and I have a lot of hair. Yeah, it's something I see as a chore rather than something that I would like, oh, nice bath. No, I want it to be done, over, and that's it. So shower because it's quicker. Do you like a big city or nature? That is easy. Nature, hands down, 100%. I am not a big city person. As I said, I was born in Leicester. I grew up in a village just on the outside of the city, which was close enough to the city, very easy access. I now don't live near a city. I live further sort of out in the countryside from the nearest city, and I don't miss it one bit, because the only reason I'd go into a city would be for the shopping, and all the shops that are in the city are available to me in other smaller places. They might not all be together all at the same time, but they are available to me, and let's be honest, I don't really shop very much anymore, so I don't miss the city at all. I don't like crowded places. Yeah, just nature. I love nature. I love being outside. To be fair, I'm not very good with insects. That's the only thing I struggle with in nature, like going out and having like things buzzing around you. I'm not very good with that, but I cope. I would rather go on a nice country walk in the woods or through some fields than be in a city any day. Whiskey, tequila or vodka? None. I don't drink. And by that, I don't drink alcohol. No, I don't drink at all. I'm not an alcohol person. I never have been. I remember when I was 18 and I was able to start going to clubs, I would literally have like 1 or 2 like Alka Pops, like a WKD or something like that. Nothing like really scary. Like I can remember having 1 shot ever, and I think 1 cocktail ever. And after doing that a few times and going to clubs, it just was not the scene for me. The only thing I enjoyed was the dancing, and I didn't enjoy being surrounded by people that were really, really drunk. So I just stopped going. I probably sound very boring, but no, the whole drinking scene, or even drinking at home or with family or with a meal, it's just not for me. I'm not a person that enjoys alcohol. I've rarely come across an alcoholic drink that I can stand the taste of, so yeah, alcohol just isn't me. Broken bones, not yet. How many TVs do you own? 2. There's one behind me in here that we rarely use, but that came from my old bedroom, so it made sense to stick it somewhere. And our main one in the living room. Worst pain ever. Oh, this is going to be graphic and probably a bit too much TMI. When I was 17, I had to go to hospital, and I was in for 6 days because they struggled to find out what was wrong with me. I just had this crazy abdominal pain. They thought it might be appendicitis, and eventually they found out that I had what they described as complex ovarian cysts, which they told me were just smaller than a golf ball, so I don't know, about this big, and they were in such a position that they were squashing and like twisting around my ovaries, and that was what was causing the pain. And they said that it could come back at any time, and we are nearly 10 years later, and luckily that has not happened, but it could do. I was also told it could affect my chances of having children, but I've not had any intention to have children, so I have no idea. Do you like to dance? I love to dance. Whenever anyone says the word wedding to me, I'm like, love to dance, love a good boogie. I'm not very good. I imagine I'm quite embarrassing, but I don't mind. Do you like camping? Again, this is one where I've never been. I've never been camping in any sort of situation, whether it's in a tent, in a field, or sort of glamping or in a cabin or anything like that. It doesn't seem like something that'll appeal to me. I very much like my home comforts, your bathroom. It's quite a personal thing, and I like things that are clean, and camping just does not scream that to me. Are you weird? Yes, I think we've established that. And tag 6 friends. Well, this is tag 6 YouTube friends, so they can also make the video. And let's bear in mind, I'm quite a new channel, and not many people I know well know I have YouTube, so I am going to tag 3 friends, and you can go and check those out. So the first channel I want to tag is Sasha Lynn. Feel free to go check out her channel. She talks about being eco-friendly and minimal, kind of similar to me, but she is more, I would say, in the way of being low waste, whereas I am more about decluttering and being minimal. The next person I want to tag is Hayley, the Allotment baker. She is quite new to YouTube, but has been on Instagram for a while, so feel free to go to either of those places to check her content out. And the other person I want to tag is Amanda Lee. She is absolutely hilarious. If you have not checked out her channel, please do. Every single video I watch, she makes me laugh. Just her personality is brilliant, and she is so, so funny. And all 3 of them are relatively new to YouTube, so if you could head over to their channels and support them, that would be incredible. That is it for the Q&A. As I said before, if you are interested in me doing a Q&A where I answer more specific questions, the questions you guys want me to answer, then feel free to post them down below in the comments, and if we get a few, then I will do a video on it in future, and if not, as I said, we'll just brush past this. It's fine. And that is it from me, so thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about how strange I am, and next week we'll be back to the normal content. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I will leave my Instagram on the screen. Please go and check that out if you've got the time. And that's all from me this week. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.